Hey everyone, Ricky here from Ricky's Tech Talk. In this video I'll be unboxing and sharing my review of AOC's 24G2SPU gaming monitor. So after trying to remember the model number for this monitor, they never make it simple, but on the front here we have some key details, which are adaptive sync technology, the option of 165Hz IPS wide viewing display, 1 millisecond response time, and that's MPRT, and finally it utilizes HDMI connection. On top of the box, it just shows you how to unpack your monitor correctly so you don't damage yourself or the monitor. And on the adjacent side, it shows you how to set up your monitor too. So it shows you setting up to a desktop PC. I'm going to be connecting it to a range of different devices though. This is everything I received in my box. Please note this is a press review unit though, so you may receive extra cables in yours. But let's go through each individual item and just explain what we've got. First up is our column and stand. So our stand is made of a mixture of different materials, plastic on the outside, but as you can see on the bottom there's metal. Also you've got rubberized feet as well for easy grip on your desk and it won't damage your desk when moving around. Very flexible monitor. And then you have your column as well that connects into your stand, which will then connect into the back of the monitor. So again, a mixture of materials seen here, black and red. So black and red plastic, but the red assets looks really nice and it goes well with sort of your gaming setup, and you do have some cable management on the column system. So just taking a look at the bottom of your stand, you've got a locking nut that you'll use to connect your column and stand together. As I mentioned, you've got your rubberized feet. So taking your column, align the pins up, place in, you'll feel like it sort of clicks in, and use that twist screw locking nut and just simply turn it. You can also use a Phillips flathead screwdriver if you wish as well. So just tighten that up, make sure it's nice, tight and secure. Our first lead that we receive is a EU plug. So this could be used for European countries, or you could use it here in the UK, but you just need an adapter. So a 2-pin EU plug, that's great to have. Next cable is your display port, so you can use this to connect into your PC or gaming setup. I don't really use this cable, but it's nice to have, so it's a display port cable option. Next cable is very traditional now with most gaming monitors, and that is your HDMI connection. So that is to connect in, again, say my MacBook or my Mac Mini, or it could be used to connect in my Xbox Series X or my PlayStation 5. So saving the best till last is our UK 3-pin power plug. So I need this to actually use my monitor, so I thought I'd leave this till last. Again, it has the same connection as the EU plug, but this is a 3-pin version for the UK and also Cyprus if you live in Cyprus. And finally, you will also get a range of different materials to read through and a disc with drivers and manuals still on it. So now let's take a look at our monitor and especially taking a look at the connectability. This monitor offers a range of different options to connect different devices. So it has 2 HDMIs which are 1.4. It has a D-sub or a VGA connection. It's got a USB hub which is USB 3.2, and you've got a fast charging option as well, which is really good to have. You've got a headphone out which is a 3.5mm. You've also got your display port which is a 1.2, and you've got one of those. And then finally you've got your audio input as well, which is a line-in option. So this monitor offers a range of different ports, so you can add so many different peripherals and really set up your gaming monitor system how you want to set it up. A couple other things that I just want to point out. So you don't have a joystick control stick option on this monitor. You have the AOC G menu style option, which is the buttons that would be under the bottom right hand side, but they're showing on the left hand side here as I'm laying the monitor down. And also it offers a Kensington lock, so you can lock down your monitor, and you have the option to use a VESA mount if you wish. So if you wish to mount your monitor on your desk or in your gaming room, you can do. So that's 100 by 100. So taking your column and stand, so on the top of the column there are some teeth, and what you need to do is put them in first at the top, and then it automatically locks in. If you press down you hear a locking motion. There is a little switch to unlock underneath the column. Again, I'm just going to feed this in and then we're ready to set up our monitor, and I can share a lot more details. We never normally get to see this view of our monitor because we're always looking at it from the front, but with the red accents going down in the V shapes and down the column, it looks really nice. A plastic design, AOC branding, and you get to see some of the internals there as well. It has 2 speakers, so 2 times 2 watts, so total of 4 watts, but again, I just normally use a headset. So now with our monitor all set up and ready to go, and while you're enjoying some gameplay or looking at how embarrassing I am playing games, but I love to play anyway, but you're here to know about the key details and my review of this monitor. So let's start with what we're looking at all the time, and that's the display. So it's a 23.8 inch display or 60 centimeter display. It's an IPS panel, so that gives you a wide viewing angle up to 178 degrees without losing focus or accuracy of your colour when enjoying your content. So that could be movies, games, or just even workflow. I know we have to do a 9 to 5, or you may run your own business, but you can swivel this monitor around and show your friends, show your family how great you're doing. It's a full HD display with a resolution of 1920 by 1080, offers up to 165Hz refresh rate, which is really good for fast gaming, really good for response times, and that's mainly through your display ports and then aligning with your GPU. It has 1 millisecond response time, which is measured in MPRT. This is the higher level of measurement to ensure you have smooth gaming experience. So raw response time to get the critical shots on your goal when playing FIFA maybe. New FIFA 2023 is now out, so let me know who's in your team. I think everyone's got Haaland, or they're trying to save the money to get Haaland. Or you can take out that last person on Warzone, and yes, I do play Warzone, and yes, I do die quite a lot, but it's nice to have that fast response time to really see if I can make that shot before someone else. It is G-Sync compatible, so you do have the option there available. And just coming back to that response time, that means it's 2 times the industry standard, so it allows games to just run smoothly, just makes your gaming experience a lot smoother, and I definitely saw that from switching. On the console side, you're going to get full HD resolution, but 120Hz, again, which is a lot higher than normal, and again, higher than the industry standard. As I mentioned in the previous section about the speakers, yes, the monitor comes with speakers. You've got 2 times 2 watts, so a total of 4. It's still always best to use a headphone. I think someone in one of my first reviews, I said, oh, the speakers are actually quite good, and someone said, no, they're not really. Always use a headset. I've still always used a headset. Maybe with monitors in the future, they will try their best to actually improve the speakers. But obviously for us, with gaming monitors, this is mainly to focus on what we're actually enjoying and enjoy our content. And you can do that with over 16.7 million colors as well. So your pictures, your images, your videos, your gaming experience will come to life. And I've really enjoyed it from the photographic side, so looking at my photos. So being visually impaired, I go out and around the world and I take loads of photos, thousands per day or per year even, not per day. But I need to see them on a larger display, and having a crisp, clean image is great. The wide viewing angle is really nice as well, because then I can show friends and family. So as well as G-Sync, you have adaptive sync technology. This aligns your monitor's vertical refresh rate with the frame rate delivered by your GPU. So if you are using a gaming setup, so this allows fluid gameplay and eliminates stuttering, juddering, so you can simply enjoy your gaming experience. It's a 3-sided frameless designed monitor, so it's really nice, sharp edges, and it simply just drops off the edges. So the left, the right, and the top bezels are very narrow, and it's really nice to actually have that option there to add multiple monitors as well. So you can have one above, 2 to the side, either side. The bottom bezel is actually not that big either, but that has your housing for your control system. And as I mentioned, it is okay. I prefer a joystick control stick option. So this uses AOC's G menu options, quick, fast and responsive, so you can get through everything you need to, but with the tactile buttons that are underneath the bottom right hand side, sometimes I was mispressing a button or I didn't make an action come through. So I actually prefer a joystick control stick option for monitors. It just seems to work a little bit easier for me. As I mentioned, I am showing some gaming experience, and with the gaming option you get the full resolution, so 1920 by 1080, 120Hz, and with that option you can still enjoy your gaming experience. The response time is higher than most others, and with AOC game color and game shadow control you can adjust the grey levels for more brighter display in darker areas, or sink into the black darkness and wonder what that was lurking in the corner. So for myself, being visually impaired again, I have it a little bit higher, but it's nicer to know when I go into a dark cave or into a dark room, I can actually see what's lurking in that corner or the enemy where I need to go and find them and kill them. With gaming, you've got 6 dedicated gaming modes to choose from. So you've got RTS, FPS, Racing, Gamer 1, Gamer 2 or Off, and you can change and adjust this as well, so depending what you want to do. As I mentioned, it has a low input lag with 1 millisecond response time, and it is measured in the higher motion of MPRT. So movements. So this monitor has a range of different flexible movements to change and adjust your monitor. As in life, we are always on the move or on the go, but we need our monitor in the correct positions to make sure that we stay healthy when gaming for long periods of time. So the monitor has a range of different options. Its first option is tilt. So you can either go -4 or +21.5. So quite a range of tilt there. Your next option is to swivel your monitor. That's 30 degrees from center round one way and 30 degrees from center round the other way, so left or right. Height adjustment is always important, so for me I have quite a tall desk, so I like to be up higher, but the height adjustment is 130 millimeters, and it does have the option to pivot as well. The Friends reference comes in there always now when I see this. I never used to watch Friends, so watching Friends now, the pivot one always makes me laugh, but you can change your monitor around 90 degrees, making it great for stocks and shares, also for Instagram, or to see all of your content in one go, and also for Twitter feed as well, so make sure to go and follow me on my socials, all linked down in the video description. During my review time, I've had this monitor linked up to my Mac Mini and my MacBook Pro, and I've also used the Windows laptop as well, which I've used to test and review. And for me, the connections are great. So we've got 2 HDMIs that I've utilized, also the display ports that you can use. And then with the USB hub, it's also great to add more peripherals. So if I need to add any hard drives or if I need to charge a device, I can with fast charging. So that's really nice options to have there. The experience of using this monitor from a productivity option has been really good for iMovie, Final Cut Pro, Adobe, the Creative Cloud system. I've used everything. So even during my day job as well, I have a large amount of emails and documents to go through, and I have the options to change and adjust the monitor that works best for me. So I may sort of switch it to the side, or I may use a narrator to talk through things. I may change the colors slightly to make it easier on my eyes. It simply works really well, which I've really enjoyed. I would say the biggest downside for me is one, the speakers. So obviously monitor speakers are never the best, but also the control options as well. Having those underneath the bottom part of the bezel doesn't seem to work for me. They do have a tactile feel to each individual button, but they're just small. I prefer to use a joystick control stick option. So if you have any questions or queries, please make sure to leave a comment below the like button, and I will be there to help where possible. I will make sure to leave a link to AOC in the video description so you can go and learn more. So currently the price is varying online. So if you want to help sponsor the video, go and check out the Amazon link in the video description, because that helps sponsors and it doesn't cost you no extra. So currently on Amazon UK it's $199. I've seen it as high as $250. So make sure to go and shop around. From me, Ricky, thank you for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this video, and if you need anything, just leave that comment below. If you want to see even more videos from Ricky's Tech Talk, check out these new videos here on the left, and if you haven't already, make sure to click here on the right to subscribe.